I'm Vicky, and we're currently waiting on Vanessa to join. And we own and started a business called Nurture and Neat. And so we started this in July, and we've always known that we wanted to do like big cleans for people, ones that are like transformative for their lives.
Okay.
And so, right, she said she's fixed that now. I don't know if you want to try.
Yeah, I'll try
But
it. Yeah, no, keep talking there,
Sorry,
man.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, so we've had this big client that wanted us to clean her home, and we did. And then ever since, like, I didn't post the stuff on TikTok. I didn't think it would go off that well, and then it went insane. So that's what we do for anyone who is going through anything mentally, like a really hard time, or physically. Then we go in and help them with it, and like there's just no judgment, like sometimes homes can get to a really bad state, and when they do, you just don't know where to start.
It's a tough place to be for people, and they're very vulnerable, and to try let someone come into your house.
Yeah,
Everyone thinks they're going to be judged, but
exactly. Vanessa, in the bottom kind of left hand corner, if you press your camera, it'll turn it on. The bottom left. You decide type.
your left or my left?
Her left, I assume. I don't know.
How am I supposed to put my camera on?
See, down at the very bottom was like the present, the rose and everything.
Yeah.
There's an icon for the camera there.
Some
No,
was saying
no, mine did.
there's an echo. Is there an echo from my side? Probably from me. I've turned down the volume of it. Is there
Can't hear an echo
now?
now.
Sorry about this now, guys.
It's okay.
You're okay. You don't have to put it on. It's all right.
You just keep going ahead anyway.
I know. I think I've said basically kind of what the business is. So we have we have 2 upcoming cleans that are like really big, like the videos that we were posting. So we're looking forward to record them and helping people and kind of showing our work, and hopefully getting sponsors. So we, like, when we post our videos, we always say in them that we don't, like, our views, it doesn't matter, because we do not get paid for any interaction whatsoever. But when we do gain loads of interactions, we get more followers, and then brands start to see us and come and sponsor us then, so we're very lucky. We had Scrub Daddy reach out to us. We're still kind of waiting on a response from them at the moment.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
And what area do you cover?
Dublin and kind of surrounds, but then we have other areas where when a home is really bad and someone really needs us, because people are not, there's no people like us in Ireland to help, especially there could be. I'm not saying there isn't, there could be, but they may not have a big social media presence, so it's very hard for people to find them, So for example, we have one, we're going up to, where did I say it was, Vanessa? Leash, was it? No? Sligo.
Yeah.
Sligo.
Wow.
I think it was both. We were
was
definitely
both.
reached out to by
Yeah.
Leash as well.
Yeah.
And do you guys try sort out the waste, to get rid of the waste as well? Is that part of what you're trying to do? Are you
We're
looking
trying to do all of that, yeah.
Yeah, well, I know a man that's nationwide with a waste company, and I'd have a talk with him and see can he help.
That would be unbelievable. So many people have come in to help, like for people donating free cleaning products and machines and stuff. Like it's amazing,
And
But at the same,
would you do a machine clean? Like, you don't get into cleaning carpets or anything like that, like, do you?
we would try and clean someone's mattress if it's bad, but if it's terrible condition, we would always say that it needs to be replaced. So things like, we're hoping, like Harvey Norman, like we have a customer who wants us to clean for her, and she was saying, so this is for her mum, and her washing machine is broken, And so we've reached out to Harvey Norman to try and see if they could sponsor us by giving us a wash machine as a surprise for the customer. But
Okay.
like you know yourself, when you message someone to do that, like it's nearly impossible to get a response back. So we're very lucky that people were donating to us, so we're going to use our donation money to buy them a new washing machine as a surprise for them, you know.
Yeah, but I'd say like Harvey Norman's a big company. It's very hard to break into the like of them for help. But if you know, we have Expert Electrical, they're all run by independent companies, and you could hit them independent companies individually. You could find a way of getting in easier than going to a big corporation.
See, the thing is, the reason I'm attacking the big corporations is because they're the ones that have the money. You know, like I wouldn't want to go to, and although smaller businesses have reached out to us, I think there's one that's called MK something. I forgot the name, but so they're just like an Irish-based cleaning suppliers company, and they've reached out to help us and stuff. And although that means so much to us, but I just know for them, they're kind of like they're not a big company. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm taken away. Whereas Harvey Norman and stuff like they make millions in profits.
But
So
with the smaller company helping you, and you showing that they have helped you, and hopefully we get you a good following
yeah,
in the next couple of weeks, that their product will get seen more, and like small businesses like to help small people. It's not.
yeah.
I know the big corporation can absorb these things much easier, but when people want, when small companies want to get out there, the like of what you do is good PR for them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
I don't
that's
know,
why
Vanessa, do you want to jump into something here?
Yeah, sorry. So my camera won't work, guys, but that's absolutely fine. I don't know if it's because of settings or followings or whatever it is. But yeah, I think the likes of the outreach that we've had from either small businesses or, you know, just like from people in general, like we're so appreciative. But also with the help that we've had, we do need a whole lot more to be able to achieve even a little bit of the goal that we have. So definitely with the smaller companies, it's so surprising as to how much more they're willing to help when they also have, well, I suppose more than what we would have, but still little in a great sense.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I just wanted to jump in there for a sec as well and just say, like, at the end of the day, myself and Vanessa, we still have to get paid as well. Do you know what I mean? So we still have to make money for our families and things like that. So there's only so much that we can offer. So we can only offer like a free clean to someone every 2 months it is. Everyone, like, so if someone really can't afford it, we try and say to them, well, there's other options. We can write you a letter of recommendation to the like Intrio office. So if you want to apply for the what's that funding? There's a funding
Exceptional needs grant?
yes.
The one,
They can apply for the exceptional needs payment, and then we write a letter of recommendation to say like this is detrimental to their health. They need this. And then if that also doesn't work for them, we also do offer payment plans as well. So we really try and help the customers that are not willing to wait the 2 months and that time frame, because if someone is having to wait every 2 months to get a free clean, and this is just for now, this is just now, well, we have like 14,000 followers now, but once we go to have 100,000, 150, that could be different. Then we might say we can offer one free one every month then, or it can be, we're only going to do them for free going forward. But as of right now, coming into this business, having to provide for our families, we can only do it once every 2 months. And then for everybody else who doesn't really want to wait that time frame, they can choose it for us to write the letter for them, or to take our payment plan into consideration as well.
and like the other, some communities are very good at trying to help people in the community, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't like to do what you do. So could a community, or maybe like a community of people, could they contact you and say, we've collected X amount, could you clean their house for that? Would you come? Could they
A lot of the
approach you like
time we
that to
do
come in?
receive it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we've had lots of people that say have reached out on behalf of like a family member or a friend, and they'll say like, you know, I've spent my weekends from working my 9 to 5 throughout the week to help do this, and there's not enough hands or there's not enough hours in the day, and I see what you girls are doing, and is there any chance that, you know, you would be available? Like I'll send you pictures, I'll send you videos. And so obviously from our experience, we're able to kind of give a quote as to how long it's expected to take or how many hours a day it's, you know, to see an improvement it's going to take. And so like there's a lot of people that have either texted us to be like, oh, you know, I'll step in and I'll lend a helping hand, or, you know, absolute strangers being like, I see what you're doing, let me make a difference with you, and I'll volunteer, like let me know as to you know, when your next clean is near me. And so it's very good in that sort of sense that
Yeah.
a lot of people have stepped up in that way where, you know, if only like, not even to say if more people stood up, but like as to how much a difference that we can make along with others from just sharing what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it must be tough to walk into a house and face it and be, what's the
We
word?
do have a website. Sorry, someone had put in the comments, do we have a website? Yes, we do. Don't go on it because I need to amend so many things. So if there's a question, you can just DM us directly. There's so many things I need to change that are not correct on it. So,
I see Murphy Waste Management in Cork. He does some cleaning and waste management. So if you're ever called to Cork and Shore, he would help you out with getting rid of stuff as well.
amazing. There's so many people everywhere, like all around the country, wanting to help. We have a cleaning cabin coming up, and we have volunteers actually joining us to do that. Like, and
Right.
that's a free clean. So that's going to be completely free. And that's done without being sponsored. So like we're not making any money from that whatsoever. That's just going to be something that we're just doing because we don't want to wait for someone to want to sponsor us. Because I can't give a time frame to these customers. Do you know what I mean?
And also
if
for
we-
any recommendations in the comments, guys, like definitely, like it is noted by us. Like if we have had so many people offer to help, like it does not go unnoticed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. But that's it. Small companies do like to help. I know they'll obviously get a goodwill factor, and people will see what they're doing, and that's brilliant. I'm missing so many comments here.
Yeah. We do have different price plans on the website, but I don't know what you mean by price plans. I don't know if you mean like
Payment
payment
plan.
plans or different services, you know.
And like, you see a lot of this in America, and you see there's one guy in America that does garden maintenance, and every Friday
I saw the videos. So nice.
he does one place. My God, he does some work. But you
Yeah.
see the video he did with that old lady that her house was literally falling down around her, and they started a GoFundMe. Like that was, but his YouTube and TikTok pays him well.
Yeah.
He's such
And
a
see,
fan.
that's the amazing thing of having the creator fund elsewhere, but we just don't have this here. Like he can get 1 million views and get $10,000 from that. You know what I mean?
It's nuts.
And we get nothing. Like it doesn't matter. Like one of our videos got 250,000 views, and like there is nothing that we get nothing from it. You know, so
It's fair
the only
frustrating.
thing, yeah, I know, and we hope that it'll kick in eventually, because at least by then we may have built a big enough following and viewership that the money will just start rolling in straight away. Do you know what I mean?
But you need to keep
Oh, Rose
building.
and Gabrielle candles, thank
That
you.
is actually so nice. Oh, I love when people help. It's so nice. If you send us a DM, we can kind of discuss it further afterwards. That's so nice.
She's very good. There's lots of people on here that are very good. I'm just going to stop the comments moving for a minute.
And so, Stan, how have you built your following?
Sorry.
How have you built your following?
Just be doing lots of content. Just like what you do, being real about it. There's a lot of people on here very, very fake, and lots of people don't take to that. But I'm 3 or 4 years getting to 30,000 or wherever, 32,000, wherever it is now. Some things you think you'd never get there. But it's only a number at the end of the day. Like, I'm not doing any different than what you guys are doing.
No, I think definitely being authentic to yourself like goes a long way, and people will see that.
No, you have to be real about it, and be honest. Don't pretend you're something that you're not. And there's lots of other people in the comments here that have huge followings as well, and I hope that they will get behind you. Some of them have been commenting a lot there, I see. But it's to get the businesses to support you. Obviously, get your cleaning products, even to help pay for a job, so you get something out of it. And if the waste management,
that's kind of the hope. Yeah, it's like we don't want the customer to pay, but we want to fundraise enough so that we get paid for doing it for free. You know what I mean? Even though sometimes we might go into a job knowing we might not actually make anything from it, even from donations, you know.
Right, yeah.
But we just do it anyway. But like apart from that, like we do have other services. Like we do go and do like normal deep cleans and stuff like that of homes. So that like alone, we still make our money from doing the other jobs. Do you know what I mean?
But
anyway,
you're only making a wage for the day that you're doing that. You know.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. But like I don't know like what the plan is. Honest to God, I just hope that we just make it through and eventually
But you just want to help people, and that is.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. It's not. I know you want to promote your day-to-day business too, because you need to keep that moving to make money, to make a living. But your goal is to get to one a month for the minute.
That's the goal. Yeah, absolutely.
Get to one a month.
There's so many people. There's so many people in Ireland who need the help. And like the thing is, when we started it, we've emailed our county council, it's Fingal County Council, to ask about funding. We emailed the HSC. We went to Citizens Information to ask, well, if somebody is really struggling, like what help do they get? The HSC had said, well, sometimes they have home help, but like you'd be lucky, like literally it was an email, and they said you'd be lucky if they scrub the toilets sometimes. With Fingal County Council, my emails were passed off to different departments, and then it went to like housing management or something like that. And then I've been emailing back, and I was like, is there any update? Is there any update? So they haven't been responding to me. When we called Citizens Information, they were like, oh, I don't know, like you might have to ask your county council for help and all these different things.
Yeah, Vincent de Paul, places like that.
Yeah, exactly. And like, to be honest, one of the very first emails that we got was from a charity,
Age Action.
Yeah, to assist their vulnerable elder people. But we haven't heard back from that either. So it's rough trying to get your name in there and trying to actually prove to someone that no, a clean home actually is really important for someone's mental state, and it's as important as having to go see a doctor. Like if someone can't walk in their hallway in their house, that needs like immediate attention, you know.
Or make a meal.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Open the fridge, sit down comfortably in your sitting room.
Exactly. And not be afraid of like, is there a mouse on you? Is there what's on the couch? Like, because like we don't want to get too much into about the person who we cleaned for, but they weren't sleeping in the bedrooms that you were seeing in the video. They weren't in there we don't even know for how long.
Right.
Only when we cleaned it did they go start sleeping in their bedrooms again. And
the other thing is the stigma of not being afraid to let people in the house. You know, friends want to call over to see are they okay, and now they're making excuses not to let them in the house because they don't want to see what's going on. Yeah, and the thing is, nobody would even know then. Nobody would pick up on that, you know. Yeah, because they're just making excuses. not to come to the house, like, and that's not good either, like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I think with the way that Ireland has gotten as well, I think a lot of, say, businesses and companies, they fall under the same umbrella. Like all of our resources for the likes of people who do struggle with their mental health, like if I was just to use that as a prime example, like if we were to reach out to them, there's so many people that say work in that area that nobody knows actually the pinpoint answer as to how to help us. And I think with the likes of like coming to the county councils and going to the local and Treo offices and stuff like that, they're like it is quite, I suppose, like a niche idea for what we have that there isn't exactly an answer for, but then a lot of people just pass it off because they themselves don't know the answer, and so we don't get anything really informative because we're the first to really do this. But I think like if we were to think, say, further down the line that, you know, a lot of people live in poverty, like let's be real, and the likes of, say, people getting stuff off of marketplace secondhand, whether that be their sofas, their mattresses, you know, because they purely like they're living paycheck to paycheck, that they cannot afford ones themselves, and they're taking those things on the hope that like, yeah, these are clean, they've been looked after, like they're like brand new. And so that just like that's something that could possibly like be very realistic down the line, that you could have, like, you know, silverfish or, you know, like bed bugs, for example. Like you really don't know, because like that would be worst case scenario.
And have you ever did you ever try to reach out to Mattress Mick?
No, that's such a good idea.
We haven't actually, no.
I'd say he would love to get behind that.
You know what, I think he would.
He's just that kind of character, and he'd love to collab with you and come to the house with the van, signed up, and drag the mattress into the house. Do you know what I mean? He's that kind of person. Because
well, he's first on our email list tomorrow now.
Yeah, exactly.
Mattress Mick, and like he's in Dublin. You won't be hard to find him.
That's actually such a good idea. Vanessa, that's on your to-do list now in the morning.
Well, it's down already, girl.
Make it work for you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, we gave you a mention. We shouted you out.
And like a clean mattress is very important. You know, even to find someone that would help you with bedding. You know, a small thing like that.
It's what we the stuff that we. Sorry, I'm following Toss Brian Electric now on Instagram because somebody recommended that in the comments, so I just went to Instagram there. But there's loads of things that people need, and so especially when we're doing something for free, the most important thing, so when we go in to clean a house that's in really bad condition, the first two things that we do is someone's bedroom and a bathroom, because they need a hygienic place to use the toilet or to shower, and then a hygienic place to sleep. So when it comes to those two things, it's the bedroom that needs the most gifted stuff, if that makes sense. They need new duvets, they need new pillows, they need new bed sheets, like mattresses, mattress toppers, if like, so that's not as important, do you know what I mean? But they need all this new stuff, because the amount of duvets that we have thrown away, and I think one of the people was left with maybe two, you know, and then the person in those videos that we were cleaning for, that was paid. We were paid for that. And then after she had paid us, then it had to come to, well, now you need to pay for an exterminator. Now you need to pay for new duvets. You also need new curtains. So it was so much that has to be replaced. Do you know what I mean? That the customer has already paid us to do something, but the list just keeps going and going and going. So even though we may take on customers who are not a part of the free cleans every 2 months, we'd at least love to be able to give them something new, like the washing machine that we were talking about, that can take a burden off them. So just do something for as many people as we can.
And like you need to get lots of companies, obviously, because you don't want to be relying on the one company all the time. So you want to be giving them all opportunity.
Yeah, but
I see Des see Des from Gogglebox Rough says he'll get behind the idea. He has a good following. He's actually on Gogglebox Ireland. He's one of the families on Gogglebox Ireland.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh, that's
He's in
amazing.
the comments there, yeah. They're the Grufferties from Athy. So Des is very good that way.
That's brilliant.
I
Yeah.
actually love Gogglebox, but I haven't been keeping up to date, to be honest with you.
But now for a second, the dog's at the door.
A charity. I don't know if we can register as a charity unless we open up this part of the business on the side, because we still do take on paid work. I don't know if we. I have to put this into ChatGPT. Like, that's what I rely on. But I don't know if we can open up as a charity or if we need to. Oh, the dog.
Shows us what kind of set off. Well, yeah, you'll have to, if you could open as a charity, on one side of your business, it would be a lot. You could split the business and do an unpaid side for charity. You may talk to a good tax accountant about that now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's definitely something we're going to look into, like definitely something we're going to look into. Because a couple of people have said it to us now, and I don't want to ignore the advice of people. We look into every single little thing, every single comment. Like someone said, post your stuff on YouTube as well, because you can actually monetize from that. So we've been doing that as well. But like, to start monetizing from YouTube, you need like 4,000 subscribers and a set amount of views. So by the time we get there, it could be next year, to be honest with YouTube.
Right. Everybody over to YouTube, subscribe, share the videos.
Please.
That's what, but it doesn't cost. It doesn't, and everybody share this live as well. Come on, it doesn't cost anyone anything to share and subscribe to things and like them and interact. And that's what helps it. That's what helps it go forward.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we've found. There has been so many incredible people just leaving so many comments. And I've said it to Vanessa before. I said, Jesus, when the Irish people have to step up, they genuinely just do it. Like the amount of comments we were getting, and it was all so many nice things.
Yeah, and but you'll be surprised at the amount of people that need that help. Sure, obviously we don't see inside their doors. We have one neighbour, probably 3 neighbours within a 2-kilometre. No, I'd say we have 5 neighbours within a 3-kilometre radius of where I am, out in the country, that would definitely qualify for you guys' help. But they're managing. They won't let people near the house. They're bachelors, and that happens. They just. But some of them live in terrible conditions. Even to look at the outside of the house, you know what the inside looks like.
Yeah, and it's so common. It is so common for that, and that's why we're trying to post as much as we can. So we don't really have much more content now to post until we go do more cleans for these kinds of cleans. But the more that we post out there, the more people will see our personalities through the videos, that they will just see that we actually just don't care about the mess. We just want to go in and actually help and clean and make sure that that person is okay. Do you know what I mean? And when more people start seeing our stuff, we hope that more people will reach out for the help, because there is so many people that I know even that have seen our videos that are considering and thinking, well, like, are they going to come in and think like, oh my God, like my pillows are yellow, like why are your pillows yellow? Like we just don't think that. Like we go in like, oh, that's a yellow pillow, we have to dump that, and it's so we do hope more people will see our stuff and know to themselves that they're worth a clean home.
Yeah. And there's
The
always
good thing
someone
is as well is
worse
that
off.
we have so much fun together.
Yeah.
And we love a good before and after. So this makes the work so much more rewarding.
It does.
We see that in the videos anyway. We see you do definitely like the work. don't ask me why, but it's a great sense of achievement to, and cleaning is, for someone that's used to it, cleaning is, I won't say it's easy, but you make it look easy compared to the person themselves trying to do a clean like that, because you're attached to the stuff. You don't want to throw stuff out.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes you just have to be ruthless and scoop everything off the floor and in the bin.
In these videos, we weren't even doing that. We couldn't, because of what you were saying. The person was very attached to her stuff, so it has taken us so long to do the clean, and we're still not done. We actually have to go back again to complete it, and then we have to go back over what we had done. So because I had said in one of our videos that when it comes to us finishing a clean, there's one of two outcomes in it. The customers' habits have been embedded so badly that they won't know how to keep a clean home, or the feeling of overwhelm has gone, and they can now feel like they can manage because they're not surrounded by a load of stuff. So we still have to go back and finish, but this person in particular, we had to pick out every single little thing and see, can that be dumped? Can that be kept? We had to go through the process. Has the food expired? Can we keep it? Can we dump it? And it just took so long because of that. And in any other home where somebody says to us, just clean my home, I don't care what you do, we would have just scooped it all up and been like, this is gone. But with this in particular, we had to put washes on, so the washing machine was on because there was stuff that they wanted to keep. So we had to keep washing stuff, putting it back, putting it in the dryer. But if it was just the two of us and we could just say to ourselves, no, let's decide between each other, it just all would have been dumped.
Yeah. Because they're keeping clutter that's just going to make it worse again.
It is. And then, but some people just have been in it for so long, and we don't want to come in and nearly bully someone into having to get rid of their stuff. So we have had to find a home for every single thing. We made medicine boxes for them. They never had a medicine box. It was all on the table. So we got all the medication that was in date, put it in a box and put it into a press. It was all this tiny little things. And I mean, earrings that are this small. We even got stuff that small from the ground. So we had to be so careful, because I during the whole thing, I got pricked by a needle as well. Yeah, in the clean. So afterwards, when that had happened, I had to make sure that I wasn't scooping stuff up anymore. And we had to just be very careful going forward.
Now, my wife informed me last night, because I was speaking to her about this last night. She says that Aldi actually has them scoops.
No shovels.
Well, no, but you hold them in your hand. They're for the leaves.
Oh, no way!
It's a big scoop for your hand for the leaves. They're in Aldi this week. But if you were taking the stuff up and boxing it, and you had a tent outside the house where they could lay it out on a table, where you could lay it out on a table, you know what I mean, where you could just get in and get the room cleaned, and sort the stuff outside after in a tent. No?
Oh God, that it wouldn't take. See, I think if. For people who don't live in an estate, that would be fine. But for people who do live in an estate,
you could do it on the drive. Now, obviously, if it's a terrace house and it's out the street, you can't. But
yeah, it would depend. It would absolutely depend, of course. Yeah.
But if you'd be surprised if you see some of the DIY SOS things that go on when they have to empty the house. They go to a community centre for a day. They just get the community centre and sort the stuff out on tables there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If someone didn't have the space,
So tomorrow, Vanessa, you have to go buy a tent.
So much. Yeah, we've had really our own sort of way of doing things as to kind of for every clean that we've done, and we always find really what works best for us. From our most viral video that's recent enough there, we had Vicki was quite happy on standing on top of a ladder and kind of brushing everything out, and I was able to go through it one by one, and kind of for that time that suited me because obviously there was rodents in the house. But I think what a lot of people from watching the videos might not see is that even to get to this point, there's been so much thought and consideration in the background. And although we want to go to bigger places and we're working on so much more in the background as well, it's that like we wanted to go into this knowing that in, say, trauma cleaning, or if we're coming into a hoarding situation, every single bit of, you know, materialistic things or whatever is in the house does feel of some importance. And so the only thing that we did feel like we had to throw out was stuff that, say, had pet or rodent feces on it or had been bitten by mice. And, you know, like we really tried to, you know, be like, okay, the work is going to be what it's going to be. But if we're able to save everything to then on a follow-up visit be able to say, do you need this, do you need that, to sit down and like just have like a client like sit on the chair, be like, yeah, I want that, yeah, or like that's
Yeah, I
when
think
the
we have
tough
like
love has to come
40
into it.
bags of stuff to go through with them to see what can be kept and what has to be thrown. Yeah.
That's a whole other day's work.
Yeah.
Never mind get it off the ground and clean the house like.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't know how other kind of cleaners, so you would see there's one in the UK called Clean with B, then there's a couple of more, I would say, in the US. And I don't know what way they do it. Like, I don't know if they just go in, clean, and then leave. But we can't stop cleaning until we know it's 100%. So that would like come to like the likes of, okay, your house may look clean now, but there's still stuff that needs to be sorted out. We need to go through 40 bags of things. And I know that you may not have the ability to do it, so we're going to sit down with you to do it so we're not going to stop coming. I know this sounds really like we're bullying you into it, but we don't want to stop the process with you until it's 100%, because even when there's 10% of work left, that 10% can still feel like 100% of work to the customer and 100% of overwhelm to her, because it's still not done, you know?
Yeah, and like it is a big mental health issue with the attachment to the stuff. And you'd often see people where their house, God forbid, burnt down. And they lost everything and they start again. Like, people can start again. So, I mean, if you lost everything, but when you go in and clean the house, the photos are not thrown out. You know, they might lose a little bit of jewellery, but if it's on the ground, it's fair game to go on the bag. That would be my attitude now.
Yeah,
She was that easy.
Like, I know obviously ain't to be in drawers or ain't to be on top of the counter, but if it's on the ground, it'd be fair game to go out. But people could be a lot worse off. Their house could burn down. Like, I know people have had their house burned down. They lose everything. It is
No,
tough.
you'd be so surprised though. You'd be so surprised in saying that, oh, if something's on the ground, it can be thrown out. But like, I mean, we've had situations where we were cleaning up and then there was like one shoe on the ground, for example, and then it'll be 5 days into the clean, and then they would say to us, oh, that shoe was under the chair in the kitchen, you know, where did you put my shoes? And I'm like, and I thought to myself, how did you even know the shoe was under there this whole time? You know, they just know where everything was.
Yeah.
And after we actually clean, they don't know where anything is afterwards. So we're having to give them a whole new tour of their house and where everything is. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
I think going into new cleans as well, what I always try to say to Vicky is, regarding expectations, like, I think that's such a big thing, because we could go to, say, our next, like the next free clean that we can do, and they might be like, this is too much for me, get rid of everything, you know, and like that would be somewhat easier for us, of course, but then that means like we could come across personal belongings that they have completely forgotten that they've had, that we are able to keep. Like, we were contacted by someone that was like, oh, before I can get any help from like that person's local county council, they needed to have like a banister put up on their stairs. And so like we want to do these little things to be able to get in, like whether it's bringing some tools with us to be able to put that banister up for them. It's like all these little things like we want to do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, like you said as well about the councils not wanting to help. People are going to have to talk, going to have to reach out to their county councillors and explain. Like, you need to share your page to them. You need to do a video on that fact about trying to get help from county councils and the health board and things like that. So if you were doing videos on the like of that, you'd have people that are in these comments or that are in the comments of your videos tagging their councillors to see it. Like,
Yeah,
The local TD.
you have to, that's what the local TD is for. Like, you know, like if you do a video stating that fact, and people will tag them in the video, like, and that's how it helps. And you get the like of some councillors are very good, and they will get behind that. You know.
Yeah,
You get the
but
like of,
I think the more that we grow, as Vanessa was saying earlier, that when we were going around asking the HSE and the county councils and stuff about funding and stuff, that there wasn't actually anything specific for this type of thing, that nobody knew how to answer. But now I think that people, the more that we're posting, the more that people know about the service, the more it's going to start putting a pressure on them to have the answers for us soon. Like, and we don't want to say who or when or what, but we did have someone reach out to us from a certain council within Ireland to say that they're going to pitch the idea to them. So that's already one council that we have taken the eye, you know, or taken the interest into. So they're going to have to start giving us the answer soon, because when it comes to a year or a year and a half time, we're going to come back to them and be like, well, what can you tell me now after a year? I've reached out to you. Do you know what I mean?
you might have your finger underneath the mic.
I do, yeah. Did you not hear any of that?
We
heard
did
a little.
just about.
I was just waffling. It doesn't matter.
No, I do, but you need to do little videos on the specific points that you need help to get moving on, and people will like, that's extra content for you where you're not in somebody's house. You know what I mean? All your content doesn't have to be about being in somebody's house cleaning. Like, you know, you need to speak about the obstacles you're trying to get over, and people the right person will see it. Like, you know.
Oh, they will, of course. Yeah, and the one right person has already seen it, and that's already such a huge bonus. But we are trying to get a date to sit down, the two of us, so we can record a video together. But it's just in between cleans and kids. Like, I don't even know when.
But you could do a Teams meeting. Like, even if you can't meet each other and you want to do a video, you can just do a Teams meeting and record it and put it on your platforms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's an idea.
In the likes of like social media today, like especially because we have, like, you know, gotten so big, say, over the last little while, that it's trying to like keep on top of, say, trends, you know, like everybody's using AI, like what's our next sort of one going to be, to kind of break it up from the cleans as well. So that would be kind of one of the things that we have going on in the background of, like, you know, all of these ideas, whilst trying to, you know, questions that we have ourselves about the business and where we see it going. And, you know, like, then there's just almost not enough hours in the day to kind of be doing this, but somehow we're making it work.
You know, fair play to you. And keep a house at the same time as well. Not easy.
I know, I'm really going to start hiring cleaners for my own house now, because I just couldn't do it.
I see David Lawler said, what about contacting Mental Health Ireland for support?
Yeah.
That's actually not someone that we have contacted, so thanks so much, David. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
I'll put it. I'll put the email to Mental Health Ireland after I contact Mattress Mick in the morning.
Yes.
You're going to have a long list of things to do.
I know, just like it's non-stop all the time, yeah.
Yeah. And how long are you doing this now? How long are
Sorry,
you
just
cleaning
after
or working together even?
three months.
You're
So we would have done our own thing separately for a long time. So like Vicky, I think was it from 2018 that you were cleaning?
Yeah, but then since then I went back into the corporate world, so I had a full-time job, and then I like just pitched the idea to Vanessa back in, I think it was June, and then July we registered the business. And I just said, look, I want to do something that we can, because we never liked just general cleaning and going back to the same house over and over and over and every Friday, because it becomes like cleaning your own home, and you get bored of it. And I said, no, I really want to do these big transformations for somebody. Like, I think that makes like it worthwhile our time, like who we are as people as well, like as well, like we're huge empaths. So like it's so nice when people can feel like that they can come to us, and that they feel like now that there's a dedicated team for them, that they can help and there is no judgment. So we're only doing this together now 3.5 months now.
Wow. I
I suppose separately though, I think Vicky, you were cleaning from around 2018 and then I had started in 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have
So
years.
So it's always been something that we've kind of just had a real drive for.
Yeah.
Burfy's Waste Management, we actually do have on the link in our bio section of our TikTok account a way that you can make a donation that will go towards our pot to be able to put towards all these future cleans.
very good. What else was I going to say now?
Someone's other comment was there. I was going to say that, is it hard for you to face into home life after? I don't know. I don't understand that comment though.
After
I think it might be to
after
like
cleaning
come away
someone's
from
house,
that.
that after cleaning one of the bad houses, is it hard to go home and just forget about it? I'd say is what they mean.
Yeah, no, it's very hard. Like, I think when we were doing it, I don't know about you, Vanessa, because I think when we got home, we just went straight to bed. We were so tired, and I don't even think we texted each other until we were finished the clean. But I would go to bed and I would just think, like, I dream about like mice, and for me the worst thing is silverfish, because they're so small. They look like earwigs, and it's like I would feel like they're in my hair at night. So I'd be flicking my hair at night all the time. So you don't forget, you definitely don't forget about it. It does sit with you. But the more we come across it, the more we're just kind of used to it now. So I'm dying to know what it would be like in future cleans. If we're doing 10 or 20, will I just go to bed and no bother now?
Yeah, and obviously you see scaling it up at some point, like more
Yes.
staff. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
more staff.
100%. I like at some point, right now it's going to be sooner rather than later, the way that it's going.
But I'd say I'd say it's very hard to get staff to do what you do.
It is, yeah, and do you know, I wouldn't be mad if we weren't getting staff either, because me and Vanessa are very happy to do this with just the two of us anyway, because although, well, we would, maybe we would get staff for our general cleans, those ones that we offer, we might get staff for them, and then we take on these cleans because we know our threshold and what we can handle. We wouldn't
Yeah,
want someone to think that this looks all deadly on
camera.
TikTok and they love the before and after, but when you actually go in, it's a whole different feeling and smell, and the work that's involved is very different to what you see in video. So I wouldn't want someone to go in and then they're there a day and then I'm having to keep like turning over people. So I just think we would stick with it together, like for good.
Yeah. So you'd like to see the other side of the business run itself, and the two of
Yeah,
you stick to this.
yeah,
Um, but hopefully there's some people in the comments there that can get businesses behind you, and if someone has a way of getting Mattress Mick to give you mattresses for, it won't be for every job, it'd only be for where it would be a problem. Like, you know, people,
Yeah,
Totally.
and most of these people are probably living at home on their own. They're probably single people, are they? Would you?
no,
Would,
no. Some of them do live home with children, their families and stuff like that.
wow.
Yeah, so it's rough in that sense because like this is not a story that was submitted to us to ask for help. This is one that I'm completely making up right now. But like, let's say, for example, these are stories that I have seen on TikTok before. A mom, like a single mom, like she all of a sudden she loses the ability to walk and she's in a wheelchair. She can't do anything then. Do you know what I mean? How like she won't be able to pick stuff up. And then you have the children who will not ever clean up after themselves. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I have three and she has two, and she's trying to get them to clean up.
I think as well, I'm going to just be brave here and share that, you know, like myself, I've two younger siblings, and like I would have grown up in a home that's very, very close to kind of the cleans that we have done. And not like, of course, like my mum would have had her own battles and stuff like that, but a lot of it was down to, you know, kind of like in some areas OCD. So like there was, the dishes were always sort of clean. She'd almost like pour bleach on them, you know. But
Right.
the likes of you know, the house would fall apart around, and myself and my siblings were never allowed to do much because we wouldn't do it the right way, is what the sort of excuse was.
Yeah,
Leave it
And
I do
so
it.
like a
Leave it I
lot
do
of,
it. Yeah.
yeah. And so, like, you know, there wouldn't have been like a clean, like a kitchen sort of space to be able to prepare food. And so, in that sense, we had poor diets, and you know, like these sort of habits, they roll on and they continue bigger. But because like I never had friends in the house, and I never wanted to have friends in the house, like that kind of put me like at a point of like not even pushing people away, because obviously you're in your teens and stuff like that and you want to be outside anyway. Well, at least my generation did.
Yeah.
But the likes of like my mom wouldn't have had much friends, and like there wouldn't have like the family to the extent wouldn't have even, because we weren't a close knit family, they wouldn't have known the extent of what it was.
Yeah, that's a tough one, and thanks for sharing that. It's not many people will admit that. That's why people are in this situation.
Totally.
yeah,
And that's just what makes it that much more heartfelt.
You would love that to happen for you guys back then. Like
Totally.
it
Yeah.
would have changed your childhood. You know.
Yeah.
oh exactly.
Definitely.
Just to take away like embarrassment from someone and stuff, and be able to have your friends around, or even you know when you're opening the door, like someone knocks for you and you're opening the door, but you have it like slightly open so people don't get a peek inside. You know, I can't imagine what it was like because I grew up in a clean freak home, so we're
Yeah.
like two opposite ends that kind of both met at the middle, and we were both like. I was like, I grew up clean. I love cleaning. She was like, we didn't grow up clean. Now I do love cleaning. So we
Yeah.
both kind of met in the middle, and we both now love the same thing.
Now
Yeah.
look, everybody's house. You don't have to have your house spick and span. We all have a load in front of
Yeah,
the washing machine. These things happen. The counter utility room might be stacked with stuff from time to time, but that happens. But when you can't walk on a floor in the house, that's tough.
yeah,
That's tough.
yeah.
When you
I
can't
think a
get
lot of the
the
time, even
go on, yeah,
oh yeah, even the likes of like, you know, regular cleans that we would have done in the past, and whether they're regular clients or not, or even till this day, a lot of the time will say, ask us to come in, and they think that like our home must be pristine.
Yeah.
And that couldn't be further than the truth, because like that, like we have, you know, jobs and, you know, like activities with the kids, and then, you know, cooking dinner and getting the kids to bed, and then, you know, so by the time you're doing a tidy up yourself, you're not everything is absolutely sparkling.
and when you go into the cupboard and you go for a tin of peas and this one's out of date, you know what I mean? Everyone has that in their press. You know what I mean? Everyone has something that's shoved at the back. They're not expected to live in a house that's pristine. You know, people need to understand that too. But you have to be able to get out the brush or the Hoover or the mop and be able to mop the floor. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I can't imagine living in a house where you just have that problem. Can't open a door. And look, we see the videos. There's other videos on TikTok and all where a room is just full, like just nearly to the ceiling. Like, you wonder how people accumulate that stuff. Like,
This is because, so it's over consumerism. So when somebody has a home that has a lot of stuff, then it starts to get overwhelming for them. What they would do is they would buy more and more and more stuff to avoid, for example, like they might not be able to get access to the washing machine because it's so full, like the laundry room or wherever there's too much on the ground that you can't step over. So they would buy new clothes or shoes, for example, and wear new stuff so they didn't have to wash their old stuff, knowing they can't wear their old stuff.
wow.
And that's how it keeps getting fuller and fuller and fuller. Yeah.
Also, I would say that a lot of people that are like this, they will spend their time avoiding being inside the house. And so they might not have jobs, they may do, but they will dilly-dally and do like, some shopping where they do come home, it gets left in bags, and then the cycle repeats.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it could be someone like it's really like it's bad. Like
I can guarantee you, we all know somebody that needs that help. Whether you know they need it or not, you definitely know someone that needs that help.
yeah,
Or even from your videos to learn how to. Is there a way of helping people not to be like that? What's your best advice?
well, I think a lot of it is probably just like generational. To be quite honest with you, I think I think it's very easy to say that a lot of people like need to be educated about it, but like some people will say, but no, like it should be easy to just like pick up after yourself and stuff like this. But I suppose like in terms of like trauma cycles, no matter what it may be, with like the likes of hoarding or substance abuse, for example, like that like each thing is like a cycle, and so you can go one end or you can go the other, you can continue or you can change. And so I think it's very easy, I suppose, to say just to educate people, but it takes a lot of hard work, I will say.
Yeah, and I think if somebody wanted to change that and they really wanted to, I think the only way to do it is that person would have to go to therapy. And because they cannot do it themselves. If like you're going to eat in your bed over a period of 2 months or 3 or 5 or 6, and then you're constantly leaving your food that you've just eaten around, that is a habit that you will not be able to change. But that's also something we're not going to be able to change. We're just there to clean it for you. So if they do wanted to make that change in their life, they need to go see a therapist to help them.
And like I know there's a lot of people in the comments there about hoarding, about buying stuff you don't need. Like that makes the place untidy, and that's probably the start of some of it too.
Yeah,
having stuff you don't need, like clutter. And I know what you should see inside my workshop.
I know. And the thing is, I always say to everybody, it's fine if you have stuff. That's fine. You get your money, you buy what you want and stuff like that. But like this is all the clothes that I have. That's it. I don't have more clothes than that. Do you know what I mean? But like I would have summer stuff, but I put them in a box and then I put them away. But that's just being who I am. But if you're having like 5, 6 or 20 different black tops, like you have to get rid of a couple. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I know.
All my work clothes are black or very dark.
You just need 2.
Yeah. I don't need 2. I need one every day.
We do workshops And do you know what? I would love to do a workshop with people, and Vanessa, write this down that we should plan one together.
And
To do.
so, why workshops? This is the first time you've said this to me. What do you think that we could do involved in a workshop?
I don't know. We'll discuss it tomorrow. It's
And
just
what do
right.
you mean do a workshop like where people would subscribe to view it like?
No, as in, like, see, I didn't quite think of it. I just wanted her to put the bullet point down just so I can think of it after. But like when people do workshops, like there is a company on Instagram and they are professional organizers, and then they do workshops of like, let me teach you of where to start if you're feeling overwhelmed, and then they host that over a 4-week period, so people don't have to book her, but instead she gives them the right tools to do it themselves.
Um, some people on here do obviously podcasts, and they do Patreon as well, where
Yeah.
people will pay a subscription for, like, you could do a short podcast and talk about a couple of things, but the nitty gritty and trying to help people, if people, like people that are not to the point of needing you to come to the house, they could afford to pay the price of a Patreon to follow you every week and have a little listen. That's another way of earning as well, like.
Yeah. Well, we do have our buy me a coffee donation thingy. That's all we have. I don't want to have a giant platform and loads of different things everywhere, because it's really hard to maintain when it's literally just the two of us on the team. We
Yeah.
don't have anybody else to help. So, I think that's about all we can manage for now anyway.
Yeah, but
I
what would
think
you do
just
the
touching on
workshops
some
online?
stuff there that are.
Online, yeah. Sorry, Vanessa, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying about touching off some stuff in the comments there. I know the Turnip Twine was saying about, on a serious note, what type of therapist deals with those issues. So I think on the likes of when we say that somebody would need to see a therapist in terms of, like, hoarding and stuff like that, it's a much more deep rooted issue for something else. They're basically like subsidizing with one habit over another, and so I think that's more so what we would mean by they need to seek like a psychologist or help from the GP to kind of
Yeah.
better deal with those issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Guys,
to
I'm
have
gonna
to understand
jump
the
on.
parts.
I have to go jump off. Sorry. Oh, you heard fellas on, because one of my children is awake, but it's very nice speaking to you. So if Vanessa wants to answer any more questions going forward.
Sure.
Right.
Coolio.
Very good. Look, we look forward to everything else that comes along the way, and we'll be chatting to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. It was
No bother.
amazing.
We'll chat with
Okay.
Vanessa for a few more minutes. Go on. Take care.
Perfect. Go on. Good night. Bye, guys.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what I was going to say there, in just one of the comments people had said about possibly coming from having nothing growing up, but I think we all have a grandma that either goes to the charity shops or will not get rid of anything in the house. Like, it's just, I think, like, again, a bit of a generational thing.
And look, the other side of it is grief. Like, if you had a grandparent where your grandfather had passed away, and they'd be reluctant to get rid of his stuff. So not only does she have her own stuff, but she keeps his stuff, or maybe a child that has gone to Australia, or maybe a child that may have passed away. They're holding that stuff
Absolutely.
as well. You know.
And I think it's very, I suppose, easy for, say, somebody's grandma, or like just an elderly person in general, may have, their husband may have passed away and they're still in the family home, where she's kept absolutely everything, whether it be clothes and, memorabilia, stuff like that, has just accumulated, say, in one room. And then by the time, like their partner, like who's still here, has just collected so much more things, and you run out of space,
Yeah.
or you get bargains. And
I've done some stuff for, like, I do metal art. I make things from scrap metal or tools, okay?
No, I've seen your stuff. It's amazing.
And I get people that have contacted me and they say that their uncle passed away or their dad passed away and he was a mechanic or he was a carpenter, and they say they're tidying up his shed and they don't want to throw the stuff out, but they want to remember him some way. So they send me some stuff. So I say, collect up some of the tools, send them to me, and I make something and give it back to you, or make 2 or 3 for different people in the family and give it back to them. And now they can empty his shed and happy that now they have something productive that comes back from the shed. I mean,
Yeah.
the tools mean nothing to them because they're not a mechanic or they're not a carpenter, but if you make something for the house, or that they can just have for themselves. Some people have asked me for something for the grave, but I said if you put it on the grave, it'll be robbed. People just take it for the dividend, you know.
Totally.
But that's
And I suppose even with the likes of that, like you're taking something from them, with them, say not even like expecting something back, and then you give them this lovely piece of art and they're like, oh my goodness, and like it really does cheer them up. Like I think us as humans, like just that small little touch, like, you know, we all hear it. It's about like, you know, say complimenting someone on their outfit, or like, you know, saying you have a nice smile. I think we get lost in day-to-day life, that it's just it's something that can really brighten up our day, because we've gotten so used to not expecting anything from another human.
The goodwill factor does be forgotten about sometimes, and it's a nice thing to do. Like,
Totally.
and it's the same with social media content. Like just leaving a nice comment on a post, resharing it, liking it. But it's just little things like that makes a difference to anybody's day. You see some people put up a post and it might be having a little rant or having a bad day, and some people come in and stop whinging, and that's a terrible thing. Like that's the pits. But some people are really nice, and a couple of nice comments will pick people up. And as West Cork Marine Services says there, kindness costs nothing.
Absolutely. And like that's why I like to say to other people is like, be the change that you want to see. And so like for everybody that say has followed us, has, you know, taken the time to write a comment, you know, we've gotten some comments through where they're like paragraphs, you know, and so like for people to take the time out of their day, may it only be about 2 or 3 seconds, but like it means so much to us. Like we're so grateful that it doesn't go unnoticed, because we haven't taken anything for granted, you know. And so like you would almost say for people that if I was to say scroll on TikTok now and I go on to some creator and I see, oh, they have 14k, they're not going to notice me, so I'm not going to take time out of my day to leave a comment. But when you're on the other side of that and it's like, oh my God, so many people have taken time out to just leave a response, to engage, to like support us in that way. That's why I always try, and Vicky always tries to, you know, like we might not see a flood of comments coming in and deal with them right then, but our evenings are like sitting down, seeing them all, giving a like, giving a response back, because I think that also means for someone else like, oh, I've taken time out of my day to leave a comment and they've replied to me. That makes me feel good, you know, like I'm seen.
Yeah. And when you get a big video, like you've had videos with big numbers on it, the comments that come in on them is overwhelming. And like even if you don't reply, you don't have to reply to every comment, but a nice comment obviously you would reply to, and at least like every other comment. Now if someone's being an arsehole and you just obviously don't engage with that, but
yeah,
just once you like,
we've been very lucky we haven't gotten a lot.
Very good. Yeah, be thankful of that.
I suppose we do get some comments in, you know, like, and it's only normal, you know, that we would get comments that are like, how can somebody live in that, or you know, how, like, you know, like just many different comments like that would be, I suppose, the main one that springs to mind. But other ones like you know, like Oh, there's been many more that aren't coming to mind to me now,
No, I know
to be honest with you, but
we understand where you're coming from. We do understand the
yeah,
comments that you've been getting about the way some people have unfortunately let their lives or their house get to, like,
yeah,
Um, yeah, no, it's tough, and no one wants to live like that. Now, maybe there might
definitely.
be there might be a small proportion that just don't give it a shite, but they're not the ones that
Yeah.
contact you for help. You know.
Exactly, yeah. And so I hope that like, we have endless lists of, people who need our help, like people that need our help and what they need and like, all this sort of stuff. So there is so much more going on in the background that we
Yeah,
will be able to start ticking things off those lists with like when the right support can get behind us in terms of, if we like PR packages for cleaning supplies, if by any chance anybody wanted to do sponsorships, like although those are like things that are big and like in the future, hopefully they can be in the near so that we're able to provide the help for more.
yeah, um, yeah. So you need to do a couple of videos now, and um, especially for to get the county councillors and get the attention of the councillors. And maybe people will tag them, and the more people that tags them, the more they'll respond to it. Do you know what I mean? Because you could send them emails and
Totally.
they mightn't even react to it, like, and it's hard
Yeah,
to know,
definitely.
and it's hard to know which counsellors to go after, which ones would help you the best. Um, but let the comments do it. They'll tag them. People love that. They love tagging people in videos. So
Yeah, definitely.
let the
Yeah,
com-
no, and do you know what? There's like even from the likes of I'm so glad that you had us on today because we like it's such a good platform to be on to be able to, go
reach
on a
out.
live and see what people have to say and that
Yeah,
maybe we haven't yet done or we haven't yet thought of. So we'll definitely be coming away from this with a lot more to kind of think about and like who we haven't got onto and stuff because like that with the local TDs we haven't separately texted them because we just thought that we'd get the same answer when we went to the likes of citizens information, the county councils and stuff like that, but they might have their contacts as to who to go to.
and you see, you need to hit counsellors all over Ireland now, because if you're going to Sligo to do a job, you know what I mean. You need the help down that side, or if you're in
Absolutely.
Kerry, or if you're in Galway, or you're in Leash, you know what I mean. You need counsellors all over the country to be pushing this, and to acknowledge the problems that people have, like.
Yeah, and I suppose the good thing is because we are so transparent you will see it in the videos that we will then put up
And
once
you're
we
you're
get those
you're
responses
not looking
back. So
for you're not looking for thousands and thousands. You're just looking for a little bit of help, even for the council to come and take away a bit of waste, or for the council to help get a washing machine for the person, or a new sink for their house, or um,
absolutely, yeah. And I suppose like the good thing is that well, I suppose with the likes of the cleans that we do, a lot like when we go into doing more free cleans, it's going to be a lot of thing that will say put us into like that negative margin because there's so many things that like has to be disposed of once
yeah,
you use them. Like like I obviously like the likes of a skip and the big things that you'd need like to replace like home goods, but like even the day-to-day things that you would think doesn't cost up, it does add up in terms of like cleaning supplies. Like not even the likes of like the likes of like your window cleaner and stuff like that. It's like cloths,
yeah.
wipes, kitchen roll, like gloves. The biggest thing is like protective gear and masks. Like those are very costly, do you know.
Tell me, what wipes do you use? Much cleaner wipes?
I suppose like the actual like wet wipes, no, we'd use more so with spray and then like just your tin blue cloth and then go over that with a dry cloth.
Yeah.
But
Um,
like when you're doing skirting boards, even in a clean home, that like the skirting boards haven't been done in a while. Like you'll know yourself what a rag will show up like.
very quickly. Um,
Yeah,
and there's only so much you can clean the like of them, and um,
yeah. And like if you're in a home that we were in with say mice droppings and stuff like that, like like there's only so much kitchen roll that you can have, and like you can't bring those to be washed in a washing machine. No matter how often you clean it, you're always going to know I had mice droppings in my washing machine. So you can't be doing it like that.
No. Well, you're right. You're only
totally.
you're only spreading the problem, like
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Look, even with the cleaning stuff, like you did a video before with the cleaning stuff, didn't you? About looking for help with the cleaning stuff, or was that just on the live?
We did. Yeah. And so the public were so kind, and like like we had put in one of the captions like, please get start tagging some cleaning brands, so that we might be noticed by them. Now only as of recently, like from the outpour of people had many different brands, Zaflora, Sif, Method, Scrub Daddy, like and Scrub Daddy did get back to us. We don't know as to what the outcome of that is going to be. It was literally just send an email to here, and it's kind of a waiting game at the minute, really.
Yeah. Very good. But look, I'll let you go for the night. Everyone get over, give the girls a follow, and interact with their content. Keep an eye on it going forward. You'll probably do a few more lives going forward, will you?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's definitely something that we need to get on. We have, like, knowing us, like, from tonight, like, we have a lot to say.
Yeah, well, people love the interaction. They love to ask a question and you guys to give an answer. And sometimes it's a bit easier. Like, if you done a video during the day and said, we're going live tonight at 8 o'clock, anyone has any questions, it's a lot easier to answer all the questions than answering them in the comments. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And try pick a night.
I think you might even find us doing a live whilst we're cleaning one of the times.
Well, I suppose depending on what's in the room, and once it was not personal or anything
exactly,
like that,
yeah, because that's the only thing that we do is that we make sure that there's like any sort of content, there aren't any personal belongings in view of anything that we post.
And you'll probably get influencers looking to tag along or help for these things as well. But you want to be very wary of what to be videoing that not to be picked out. Especially the outside of a house. Some people would pick up very quickly where they are, like.
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose, like, in terms of if we were to do that, you're never too sure as to kind of like what their perspective might be on what an influencer posts, so like at least with ourselves we agree and we have the same sort of like values as to what we're going to post in a way that we want it to be shown.
Cameras definitely wouldn't want to be taken out in a house like that unless everyone was in agreement as to what you were going to do, like,
Absolutely, yeah.
Because if someone even shone it out the window, if someone shone the camera out the window, or put the camera out through the window, someone would pick up straight away with a house. You'd be surprised what people would recognise the area,
Definitely, yeah. No, there definitely wouldn't be any sort of like pictures or videos happening like of outside the house, or even like the number on the door, for example, like it, like even the likes of, we'd be more concerned with like family photos and something that's quite distinctive like that. We'd be like, if we even have to think about it, it's a no to posting. We always obtain consent as well, for like to be able to post to our social media channels. Some people aren't, like some of the cleans that we have done, they aren't, and that's absolutely fine. Like it's content that will never be used, but it's experience for us. But the likes of even what was I going to say? Oh, I actually can't even remember what I was going to say there. But yeah, no, we do definitely make sure that that everything is safe. Oh, that's what I was going to say. For the likes of people that like, it's so hard for us to be welcomed into anyone's home, so we definitely don't take that for granted. We'll see it a little bit more in terms of elderly people. They want to keep their space sacred and safe, and they don't know us. We are strangers to them, so it's really important on building that sort of rapport as to that they can trust us.
Well,
And our
Speak
social
for,
media channel, our channel is just really the face of us, so it's really important.
but you've trouble now as well.
I do. So I'm gonna go, guys.
Yeah, that'll do. But look, it
Well,
was nice
thank
to
you so
talk.
much for having us on, Stan.
It was nice to talk to you. Hope we can get you some help, and we might come back on some other night when you get a bit further down the road, and we'll see how we do.
Totally, yeah. I'm sure we'll have to. I'll have to add another list as to how much we've accomplished since being on the live.
No, well, we'll see. We'll see if you get any more followers. Anyway, we'll see can we help that way. But anyway, nice to talk to the two of you, and we'll do it again soon.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much again, guys. I hope you all have a lovely night.
You too. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Now, and it's just me. So what did you all think of that? Sorry, I didn't read much on the comments because it's quite an intense conversation. Quite an intense job they're doing. And my God, the camera quality is crap on this tablet. Jan says, missed it, Justine. Yeah, I'm actually going to put this on. I'll put this on YouTube during the week. For anyone that has missed it, or anyone that didn't see, or that if they know someone that missed it and wanted to hear about it, I think it's absolutely amazing what they're doing. Wow, it's the first time I've ever seen in Ireland. I'd say it is the first time that anyone has done anything like that in Ireland. I know there's lots of cleaning companies in Ireland, but they will definitely charge for it. But people doing it for free, or trying to do it for free, is something else. But we were able to get the like of the cleaning companies, the cleaning product companies, and get the like of Mattress Mick or someone to help with clean mattresses for some of these homes. It'd be savage. Turn of Twain, great cause to support and use our farm for good causes. That's what we're about here. We're just here to try help people. Help people. Everyone tag on the videos. Yeah, get on the videos, interact with their videos. If there's anyone you can tag or share the video to their videos to, that would help them, would be a great help. Yeah, unreal, absolute. I'm blown away now. I knew I was going to enjoy this one tonight now, but I'm blown away by what to do. I was blown away looking at their videos, but to speak to them now, they're two lovely girls, and they're amazing. And like they have kids at home. They have it all to do themselves. It's not easy. I'm going to get back down these comments. What is wrong with my screen? It's my tablet is freezing, guys, is it? Even like if Tesco Super Value, they might be able to help on it. You wouldn't want to be, I don't know what Tesco, definitely freezing. Are we back? We're back. Resume. Tablet died. We're on the phone now. I could see it happening because I couldn't move the comments. Where are we going with the comments now? Turpentine said, all your little have good cleaning stuff and they're quite reactive and charitable. It's trying to get their attention for help now. That's the problem with Lidl and Aldi and the like of Tesco. Super Value, you could go to, most super valuers are actually run by, they're like a franchisee, so you can go to them, you could get in that way. It's a bit easier. This is why I love your lives, Ken. The variety of people and the stories. That's it. It's not all about fixing engines and machines and welding and all that. It's nice to do something different. Absolutely. Especially when it's a good cause, you know. Vanessa's having child problems as well. But no, it was great to talk to you guys, and hopefully we can help you down the line, and we'll get you back on before Christmas, and we'll see how the whole job is going. But we'll all share your content, and we'll help you as best we can. And Super Value are great as they do their best to support local charities. To do, Paul. That's, I think, Super Value would be the easiest one to get in on. But you have to, if you're tagging these companies, it's the only way. Rather than tag 100 people, tag 80 places. Everyone tagging the one place. Absolutely. The more tags on them, the more people, the more these companies will have a look at it. And the same with the councillors, tagging local councillors to get involved in it. Turbot, you got the attention of a major chain of petrol stations before. But that was, I only got their attention because that was negative. We're looking to do something positive here. Positive doesn't always get the reaction that you want. Yeah, I don't think that petrol company would help us with cleaning products. They might give them petrol for their car or diesel for the car. It's not the right person for the job. Yeah, no chance, guys. My bank account can't afford a barrister. That's the truth now. Yeah, so that's it. I think I'm going to go, guys. We had good numbers. We had 80 in the live for most of the night there. That was pretty good. But I'll definitely I'll download this and I'll put it on. Mary start a GoFundMe for the legal. Yeah, I'll download this and we'll put it on YouTube for anyone that missed it or wants someone else to see it. And I might take a couple of snippets of it and make a couple of posts out part of it. We'll see. I'm not great with this whole editing thing. You'd hardly think which how much TikTok I do, but I'm useless at editing. And now that 60 in the live there, today or yesterday we pulled the trigger on a website, so we will have standfix.ie. It should really be Stand Made, but Standfix is the more popular name, so we went with it. So all these things are going to end up and the like of them. The lights. And I don't know if I can pick this up now because it's a ton weight. I absolutely love this, and to tell you the truth, guys, I don't want to sell it. I think it's fucking class. I love it. But I have a mortgage to pay. I'm going to have to sell it. But all these things are going to be on TikTok or on, not TikTok shop. I'm going to have a website. So I need to get my finger out now and start taking pictures of all this stuff. And get proper prices on it. Write descriptions on what they are, send them to my website man, and get it all up and running. So we probably won't launch it for. We have the car show in 2 weeks' time. Well, a week and a half time. So I think that weekend I'm going to try launch the website. So I get business cards done in the next couple of days, and we'll have the website on it so I can hand them out and get people to the page, and hopefully we start selling this stuff for Christmas. We'll eventually put merch on it, like the key rings and air fresheners. Might sort a few woolly hats. Not really going to get into the whole t-shirt thing unless people want to pre-order them, but people just buy them to be nice, so I don't expect them. I know lads will buy the woolly hats and wear them because they're nice hats, so I don't mind doing the like of that. But definitely to sell the metal art, that is the plan. Mary says it's like an old Ferguson. Yeah, surely is. Or a David Brown. What's a Davy Brown? O'Reilly's Autos. What's happening, Stan? You missed it all. We're about to sign off. We were talking about cleaning. Kevin Healy Ray. Kevin Healy Ray is in the live. We have to tag his father later on now in what the girls are doing. So yeah. Caught up with the comments. Right, yeah, that's the crack now. We need local councillors to help them girls in nature and nurture and clean. I'll tune in again next time. Every Tuesday night, O'Reilly's, every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock we call live. We either have a small business, person of interest, or we just talk about breaking things and fixing things, and yeah, that's what we do. Or building shit, like, and the big one. I like that big one, but we got that Stilson from the army store, but the bottom is bare. Look, gonna have to sort that. I never seen that, but they have a 3-foot one. I might go in tomorrow and buy the 3-foot one, and we'll put 3 engines on the 3-foot one. Not 1 engine, we'll put 3 engines. And I think that'll look fucking savage. It'll look comically big, but that's what we like here. We like to be comically, yeah. Where are we in the comments? Yeah, that's it. Right, I think we'll sign off because it's 10:30, 25 to 11. I didn't even finish my coffee. It's cold now. Thanks everyone for joining. Keep an eye on the YouTube. You will see tonight's recording up on it during the week. And remember, stanfix.ie is coming for our metal art, our lights, maybe some merch. You never know what to see on it. Thanks everyone. Thanks to the moderators that kept everyone on the straight and narrow. I hope no one was giving you any lip, because the comments were just gone. I wasn't even looking at them. Sorry guys, it was such a good conversation tonight. I've been enthralled by what to do. Get over to their page. All behaved tonight. Brilliant, Mary. Good to hear. People are starting to learn. But that's it. Right, I'm gone. Thanks everyone. And it's only me 36. Alright, sorry. Right. Good luck everyone. Good night.